and welcome to Discovering DataFlex number 26 with me, Johan Brodfeldt. Today we're going to look at the calendar plugin in DataFlex, and by default it does not support showing a selectable range of dates like this. So I'm going to show you how you can dim the other dates and have only a few ones selectable. I can of course click on the other ones right now, but you can it's visibly that they are disabled, and if you click on them and select one, then you can disable that in the DataFlex code and perhaps have a pop-up that says you cannot select this date or something. So I'm going to show you how to do this. First of all, we are adding a cWebDatePicker, and in order to have a start and an end date for the selectable areas, we add this simple web form for from and to, and we use this PS-HTML ID to call from and call to, so we can get this from the JavaScript. We also have some code down here where we can set these, so you can have some code that creates these start and end dates, and then you use this code to set the values of these forms. So this is basically everything we need in the DataFlex. We need also this render calendar, and you cannot use on show here as I showed in the previous video with the graph. The calendar is actually rendered after the on show, so you need to use client on render to call the JavaScript. And as last time, I have created a JavaScript library, a JavaScript folder with calendar.js, and added a link in the index.html, so you can check the index.html. So down here we have an include, and now we have access to our JavaScript inside the code. And this is what it looks like, the render function. I looked at the code here, and if I inspect element, I can see that each day is called a WebDP day. So let's see if we can get that out here. Pick a day mid-week. So I noticed that we have the date, month and year, and this is a WebDP day. And we also have some additional information that does not seem to be visible right here. Strange. Yeah. I got that with the debugger. I will show you. So I get all the WebDP days into the days array, and then I take the call from, and I don't know if this is the cleanest way to do it, but in order to get, because this one is set on the outer div of the the web form, so I need to use these child nodes to get to the input element where the value actually is, to get the from value and to value. It's not nice, but it works. And then I loop all the days and get the month and day to the current date and the year, So I have the current date and I compare it with the from and to. So I disable if I don't disable, but if the event is outside the range of from and to, then I disable. And also the cell index is the cell index is the index of the column in the table, and if that is 6 or 7, then that means it's Saturday or Sunday, so I disable those days as well in this case. And then if I should disable, I change the day style color to a light gray. This is all I do, and then I get this result. But then I had an issue, because if I change something, if I go to the next page, then everything was reset, re-rendered, and I need to call the function again to get them to be gray, because if I go back here to the current date, everyone was black, and these as well. So I didn't have them selected like this. So in order to solve that, I needed to figure out what JavaScript functions are called inside this plugin here, and I found this DatePicker plugin called df.DatePicker, and after some searching I figured out that we have an update function that is called every time you do a change on the calendar, and then it's calls display calendar. So what I want to do is I want to extend this with a function that calls my render function, and you can actually do that by calling df.datepicker.prototype update, and then we are rewriting the actual update function in the DatePicker. So when DataFlex releases a new DatePicker with some upgraded code in the next version or something like that, we still have our code tucked away in our own JavaScript file. And this is really nice, because then the render calendar function is called every time we want the calendar to update. That's all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.